Hello and welcome to Luntha Television News Bulletin. I am Adams Mwenarupembe. In our bulletin, we bring you the latest news making headlines, both local and international. But before we begin, a look at our headlines. Pope Leo XIV invites church to participate in World Mission Sunday. Government says 109 billion kwacha Protea Hotel reflects Malawi's development drive. Act calls for simpler loan processes and reduced collateral for youth. And in international news, protests over US Ebola site in Kenya, Q2, court keeps block. Stay with us as we unpack these stories in detail. Pope Leo XIV has invited the entire Catholic community to pray and offer spiritual and material sacrifices for the missionary efforts in areas of first evangelization and the support of young churches. He made the remarks when he welcomed those participating in the General Assembly of the Pontifical Mission Societies in the Vatican on Monday. Vatican News, we have a Vatican News report read by Tandiwe Msumara.
The Holy Father began his address retracing their rich history and recalling the Society's meaningful contribution to the Church and throughout the world for several decades, and recalling that 2026 marks several missionary milestones for PMS, especially the 100th anniversary of establishing, at the request of the Pontifical Society of the Propagation of the Faith, the penultimate Sunday of October as World Mission Sunday, Pope Pius XI. He noted that thanks to the funds raised on World Mission Sunday, the Pontifical Society of the Propagation of the Faith can provide necessary help to the over 1,130 ecclesiastical circumscriptions that depend on the Dicastery for Evangelization, Section for First Evangelization, and new particular churches to help them establish necessary ecclesiastical infrastructures and support diverse missionary initiatives. He also recalled that the funds support the administration of 5 colleges in Rome for the ongoing formation of priests and consecrated women and men who come to Rome for studies. The Pope recalled that the theme for this year's World Mission Sunday, One in Christ United in Mission, highlights the unity of believers and marks the 100th anniversary of this global celebration. He stated that the theme invites all of the members of the Church to a deeper communion in Christ and to a fuller unity in His divine mission of love, and reflect sustaining the formation of indigenous clergy and consecrated religious in territories of first evangelization. Pope Leo XIV concluded by entrusting all before him and all who share in the Pontifical Mission Society's vital missionary work to the maternal intercession of the Mother of God, Mary, Queen of Missions, and that of all the missionary saints.
The Uganda Matters Malawi chapter has confirmed that preparations for this year's Uganda Matters celebrations are complete across various dioceses in the country, despite the cancellation of the annual pilgrimage to Namgongo, Uganda, due to the Ebola outbreak. Speaking in an interview with Luntha Television, chairperson of the Uganda Matters Malawi chapter, Stella Lungu, said celebrations will take place within local dioceses, including Lilongwe, Blantyre, Dedza, Zomba, Mzuzu, Karonga, Mangochi, and Chikwawa. Emmanuel Chocha has more in this report.
Lungu described the Uganda Feast, observed annually on June 3, as one of the significant events in the Catholic Church. She said the Martyrs continue to serve as a powerful example of courage, holiness, and unwavering faith in God, adding that their witness play a major role in the spread and the growth of Christianity in Uganda and across Africa. She encouraged Catholics to mark the occasion through diocesan celebration, emphasizing that although the pilgrimage to Uganda has been suspended this year because of Ebola outbreak, the spiritual significance of the feast remain unchanged.
As you are aware, that 2026 pilgrimage to Uganda has been cancelled due to the outbreak of Ebola virus in DRC, which is close to Uganda. The Malawi team has organized celebrations in all chapters: Luntha, Lilongwe, Mzuva, and Zomba. Others will start celebrating tomorrow on 3rd June and others on 6th June. This is very important in Catholic Church that we celebrate the Uganda matters because their story still speaks to us today. The faith that we have, that's why we are still following their steps. So let's celebrate, let's honor them by working in unity, serving each other, by keeping the fire burning.
Catholics commemorate the Uganda matters in honor of the faith, courage, and sacrifice of the 22 Catholics and 23 Anglican convents who were executed between 1885 and 1887 during the reign of Kabaka Mwanga II after refusing to renounce their Christian faith. For Luntha News in Lilongwe, this is Emmanuel Georgia.
The Minister of Gender, Community Development and Social Welfare, Mary Navicha, has urged civil society organizations and development stakeholders to focus on homegrown solutions to accelerate Malawi's development and reduce dependence on donor support. Navicha made the call during the official opening of the Umuntu Social Impact Forum 2026 in Lilongwe. Judith Ogan has more in this report.
Speaking at the event, the minister described the forum as a vital platform that brings together government ministries, civil society organizations, development partners, and the private sector to exchange ideas and strengthen collaboration towards achieving the Malawi 2063 agenda. She further commended President Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika for introducing the 5 billion Kwacha Constituency Development Fund, saying the initiative is helping to promote equitable development across constituencies nationwide.
Indeed, we are here for the official opening of the Umuntu Forum. This is not just a gathering, but it is a powerful platform where people are sharing experiences, brainstorming together, and also coming up with new ideas on how we can transform the lives of our people in Malawi. And I would like to take this opportunity to thank His Excellency Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika for using the Umuntu philosophy by introducing the 5 billion Constituency Development Fund in each and every constituency in Malawi so that the development will be equally distributed in each area. This is Umuntu. This is what we call Umuntu, and we really appreciate.
Chief Executive Officer of Strive Africa and organizer of the forum, Wizin Chivanga, said the gathering comes at a crucial time when many organizations are facing challenges due to reductions in donor funding.
Yeah, I think over the last few years, the global aid architecture has been affected by funding cuts. So it's not just Malawi that has been affected. So that has always been the number one issue when you think about issues of impact. How do we fund the impact work that happens? But I think, as even the Honourable Minister mentioned, that challenge presents opportunities as well. Opportunities around how do we rethink financing for developmental projects. Maybe it's not so much about looking for the money that is no longer coming, but what are the local resources that are available? What role can private sector play to fill in that gap that was created by those funding cuts? How do we ensure that communities in ownership, they are contributing, their resources, their time, their energy into their own development as well? So I think it's really a crisis, but an opportunity as well.
Meanwhile, head of social enterprise and supply chain at Family Health Services, Philip Kandawiri, said organizations participating in the forum are showcasing innovative products and services aimed at addressing community challenges.
Thank you. So, yes, one of our products we are selling in Malawi is water guard. So this is a water treatment product. We are distributing it countrywide, complementing government efforts in ensuring that Malawians are able to treat the water and able to drink water which is safe. Water guard, it's a water treatment product where a bottle of 150 ml can treat up to 1,000 liters of water, and it's legally available on the market in Malawi.
The Umutu Social Impact Event 2026 continues to serve as a platform for organizations, government ministries, development partners, and private sector players to share knowledge, showcase innovations, and strengthening partnerships that support sustainable development and improve livelihoods for Malawi in the line with the Malawi 2063 vision. For Luntha News in Lilongwe, this is Judith Ogan.
Ambassadors Charity Trust, ACT Executive Director and Youth Ambassador Blessings Chiwosi has urged the government and the Malawi Enterprise Development Fund, MEDEF, to ease collateral requirements and simplify loan application procedures to enable more young people to access financing. The call comes following the resumption of MEDEF loan disbursements, with ACT saying current lending conditions remain a challenge for many aspiring young entrepreneurs. More in our report, followed by Gift Kalonga.
Speaking in reaction to the development, ACT Executive Director and Youth Ambassador Blessings Chiwosi said there is a need for lending institutions to adopt more flexible approaches that respond to the realities faced by young people seeking capital for business ventures.
Understand, and we know that in as far as loans are concerned anywhere else, collateral is used as a basic requirement for people to access the funds. Why? Because the institution, the loan distributing institution would need to get back the money, and if they fail, they have to dispose or sell the item so that they would continue with their services, which makes so much sense. But now, in the context of Malawi, and most specifically for the youth, we also understand that this collateral-based mechanism of the youth getting the loans is almost impractical. It does not really suit, it does not speak well for us, though it is a basic requirement. Why? Because these are young, the youth normally are just starting. The basic requirement and the traditional requirements like this, like you have a vehicle, should have a vehicle, land, and other assets. It's a non-starter for the youth.
Meanwhile, MEDEF Chief Executive Officer Kaisi Mbwana Sadala said the institution has resumed loan disbursements and undertaken reforms aimed at improving efficiency and increasing support to various sectors of the economy.
The fund is now placing greater emphasis on group lending as a way of strengthening collateral support and minimizing loan default risks, as they provide social security. However, individual loan applications are still welcome, provided that adequate collateral is available. For the 2026-2027 financial year, MEDEF has set a national-wide loan disbursement target of 100 billion across the above-mentioned loan categories. Furthermore, MEDEF will also be disbursing Constituency Development Fund, which is also part of the 100 billion that I've talked about. The fund will be equally distributed between youth loans and women loans. For the youth, when we talk of the youth, we are looking at the age between 18 and 35. And for women, aged between 35 and 75 years. The loan will be accessed through groups comprising 5 to 10 members, with each group eligible to receive between 2,500,000 and 5 million. The loans carry an affordable interest rate of 3% and will be secured through social collateral, whereby group members guarantee one another's loans.
MEDEF has also streamlined its loan portfolio as part of efforts to improve service delivery, expand access to finance, and strengthen enterprise development initiatives nationwide. For Luntha News in Lilongwe, this is Gift Kalonga.
You are still watching news on Luntha Television. We take a short break and we'll be back.
Along the scenic M14 road from Salima town towards Chipoka, approximately 30 kilometers away, lies one of the most beautiful and peaceful destinations along the shores of Lake Malawi. And tranquility away from the busy noise of everyday life. From the very
lodge and conference center offers guests a unique combination along Lake Malawi, gives people an opportunity to truly relax and refresh themselves. We welcome families, tourists, organizations, and all visitors to come and experience the beautiful place for themselves.
The lodge offers magnificent self-contained rooms equipped with comfortable beddings, elegant shower compartments, flushing toilets, air conditioners, and modern facilities designed to give guests maximum comfort. Guests also enjoy delicious meals, professionally prepared and served in a spacious and beautifully arranged restaurant. Ideal for conferences, retreats, seminars, family holidays, and spiritual reflections, Chitsulo Lodge creates unforgettable lakeside moments that refresh both body and soul.
I stand to encourage, praise religious sisters and brothers, families and individual Christians, as well as different apostorates in the church, not forgetting Christians from other Christian denominations to come and patronize us at Chitsulo Lodge and Conference Center.
Chitsulo Lodge, for relaxation, for comfort, for spiritual renewal, for unforgettable moments along Lake Malawi. Your destination is Chitsulo Lodge. Chitsulo Lodge, a heaven along the lake.
Welcome back. If you have just joined us, you are watching news on Luntha Television. But before we proceed, another look at the headlines.
Pope Leo XIV invites church to participate in World Mission Sunday. Government says 109 billion kwacha Protea Hotel reflects Malawi's development drive. Act calls for simpler loan processes and reduced collateral for youth. And in international news, protests over US Ebola site in Kenya, Q2, court keeps block.
The government says the 119 billion kwacha Protea Rouse Hotel, currently under construction in Lilongwe, is a symbol of Malawi's ongoing infrastructure growth and economic transformation as the country pursues an ambitious development agenda ahead of 2030. Minister of Information, Communication and Technology, Shadrack Namalomba, made the remarks on Tuesday after touring the hotel construction site in Lilongwe. Constance Kantemeni reports.
Speaking after the inspection, Namalomba said the project demonstrates the government's commitment to accelerating national development through strategic investments in infrastructure and other critical sectors of the economy. He described the hotel development as one of the several major projects currently underway across the country, highlighting ongoing road rehabilitation works, expansion of information and communication technology infrastructure, and investments in the education sector as key indicators of progress.
For the people of Malawi, they got what they voted for, and they got the leadership that is developmental conscious, the leadership of His Excellency Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika. We are here to witness yet another big 4-star project in the heart of Lilongwe and within the premises of the Lilongwe Golf Course. It's an outstanding project. We are told this is a $60 million project, and very soon by October, His Excellency Professor Arthur will be coming here to open this project. And this is not just one isolated project. No, we have a number of projects. You have also noted that we have even started rehabilitating the M1 road. We have awarded contracts, not only M1 road, in other roads as well. You drive from Balaka into Zomba. You will see also people are busy. The roads are being constructed. We have projects in education. We have also, even within the ICT sector, we have ICT labs that we are also, putting up. And within my sector, as a Minister of Information, we have a project that we are also connecting 80% of our rural areas. We are connecting 2,000 schools with internet, and that means economical future for us, inclusive economy, building an economy based on digital, building an economy based on infrastructure. So,
the 180-room Protea Hotel project commenced in 2022 and is expected to be officially opened in October this year. The development is being financed by Nico Holdings and Blantyre Hotels and is expected to contribute to the growth of Malawi's hospitality and tourism sector. For Luntha News, this is Constance Kantemeni.
The Human Rights Defenders Coalition, HRDC, has urged the government to strengthen protection measures for people with albinism amid renewed concerns over attacks, killings, and other threats targeting the community. HRDC Executive Director Michael Kayatsa made the call in an interview with Luntha Television, saying authorities must take urgent action to safeguard the lives and rights of the people with albinism. Alison Banda has more in this report.
Kayatsa has therefore appealed to the government to revive these protection measures and provide renewed support to people with albinism. He noted that authorities responded swiftly to reports allegedly missing private parts in Nsanje and Chikwawa districts and should show the same commitment addressing the security and challenges facing people with albinism. He stressed that people with albinism continue to face serious threats and require stronger protection from authorities.
We need the president himself to address Malawians on this issue, to condemn the attacks, but also make a commitment to protect people with albinism. We also need to see, again from the government side, efforts to expedite the development of the National Action Plan. It's unfortunate that the National Action Plan that we had between 2018 and 2022 came to an end in December 2022. As we speak, there's no successor plan, which means our efforts as CSOs, NGOs, and even government are not coordinated. Because when you have a National Action Plan, your efforts are well coordinated under that plan. Everyone that is working to protect the rights of this group would be, working together towards the same goal and pursuing the same approaches.
Meanwhile, the president of Association of Persons with Albinism, APAM, Yang Muhamba, said it's unfortunate that government has scaled down awareness campaigns on protection of people with albinism and the continued threats they face every day. Muhamba said the situation remained alarming and called for intensified public education and campaigns and enhanced security measures to safeguard the rights and lives of people with albinism.
So to say the fact, no person with albinism is safe in Malawi, and including me, you find that. I also, although I am the president, I am living in fear to say this Malawi is not safe for us. So the government should come clear. It should come clear to say how is it addressing this issue strongly, because we do not just need speeches, but we need action. We need implementations on the ground. Our brothers and sisters, including me, are not safe.
The concerns comes at a time when people with albinism are living in fear following the brutal killing of Chipilo Laston and reports of grave exhumation at Mulanje, incident that renewed calls for stronger protection and justice for the community.
And in international news, a Kenyan court has blocked for another 3 weeks a proposed U.S. Ebola quarantine facility that has triggered protests, killing 2 people, and ordered the government to disclose its agreement with Washington. The proposed 50-bed unit on an Air Force base in central Kenya for Americans exposed to the virus in the Democratic Republic of Congo or Uganda has angered many Kenyans. They accuse the U.S. of offloading the health risk of caring for patients. We have a Reuters report read by Tandiwe Mzumara.
A Kenyan court last week temporarily suspended the plan in response to a lawsuit from a legal advocacy group. However, United States military aircraft have continued to fly in staff and equipment in recent days, according to a U.S. official and diplomatic sources. Kenyan High Court Judge Patricia Nyaundi on Tuesday issued an order barring the Kenyan government from taking any steps to build or begin operations at the facility in the town of Nanyuki before the case is resolved. The judge also ordered the government to disclose all agreements and operational protocols related to the facility within 7 days and scheduled the next hearing for June 23rd. The United States State Department did not immediately respond to a request for comment. Hundreds protested against the plan in Nanyuki on Monday. Protest organizer Patrick Wahome said 2 people were killed by gunshot wounds after police opened fire. A security source also said 2 people had died, but did not specify cause of death. Police spokesperson Michael Muchiri said he was not aware of the deaths. On Monday, Kenyan President William Ruto said the facility was part of wider national preparedness plan and long-running health partnership with Washington. Ruto said it would serve Kenyans and foreign nationals too, though United States officials have not confirmed this. President Donald Trump's administration has said it cannot and will not allow any cases to enter the United States, unlike during the 2014-2016 Ebola outbreak in West Africa, when several infected U.S. nationals were treated on U.S. soil.
Welcome back from our international update. Next up is the weather update, brought to you by the Department of Climate Change and Meteorological Services, and Tapiwa Kutagumutu has more in this report.
Good evening, and it's time for weather forecast. Cold conditions were experienced this morning over most areas, with Chitedze and Katete Forest in Nilongwe reporting the lowest at 9 degrees Celsius, followed by Kamuzu International Airport in Nilongwe as well, which reported 10 degrees Celsius. Mazisi in Karonga also recorded cold temperatures of 11 degrees Celsius. Partly cloudy conditions are expected to persist over most areas, with clear skies expected in some areas over the central as well as the southern part of the country tonight and during early morning hours. Foggy conditions and cool to cold temperature should also be expected to persist over the country. Occasional mwera winds will continue blowing over our lake water bodies such as Lake Malawi and Lake Chirwa. Hence, we are still advising all lake users, including fishermen, to continue being very observant. This is all due to the influence of an unstable air mass coming from the Indian Ocean and influencing these activities over us. This is also why tonight we are still expecting partly cloudy conditions to persist over most areas in the south, the central, as well as the northern part of the country, accompanied by occasional windy conditions as well as cold to cool temperatures. Similar conditions are also expected tomorrow in the morning hours, with clear skies expected in some areas over the central as well as the southern part of the country, accompanied by occasional windy conditions. Temperatures will feel mild tomorrow in the morning hours over Ngabu, Nsanje, Mangoshi and most parts along the lake shore, but we should expect cold conditions to persist over most areas in the central, such as Lilongwe, Leza and Nchenji. Looking into the afternoon hours of tomorrow, we should expect partly cloudy conditions to persist over most areas in the south, the central, as well as the northern part of the country, accompanied by occasional windy conditions. Temperatures are also expected to remain hot tomorrow in the afternoon hours in some areas, such as Ngabu and Nsanje at 30 degrees Celsius, 28 over Mangoshi, Monkibe and Karonga, while warm conditions should be expected over most areas in the south, the central, as well as the northern part. Looking into Thursday, we should expect partly cloudy conditions to persist over most areas across the country, accompanied by occasionally windy conditions as well as haze in some areas. I'm Tapiwa Kutagumutu. Be wise, be weatherwise.
And that brings us to the end of tonight's Luntha Television News Bulletin. But before we go, a look at our top stories.
Pope Leo XIV invites church to participate in World Mission Sunday. Government says 109 billion kwacha Protea Hotel reflects Malawi's development drive. Act calls for simpler loan processes and reduced collateral for youth. And in international news, protests over US Ebola site in Kenya, Q2, court keeps block.
For more updates, follow us on our social media platforms or visit our website. Thank you for staying with us. I'm Adams Mwenelupembe. Good night.
kukhazikika mwa Khristu ndi kutumikira Ambuye. Jubilee yokondwerera zaka 125 za ntchito yofalitsa mthenga wa Mulungu ku Malawi. Bungwe la Episcopi Akatolika ku Malawi MCCB likulengeza za Jubilee ya zaka 125 yomwe idzachitike loweruka pa 19 September 2026 St Mary's Nzama Parish mu Diocese ya Dedza. Iyi ndi parish yoyamba komanso malo oyera pomwe chikhulupiriro cha Chikatolika chidazika mizu ndi kukhazikika kuno ku Malawi. Mwambowu udzatsogoleredwa ndi olemekezeka Archbishop Fortunatus Nwachuku omwe ndi nthumwi yapadera ya Papa Leo wa 14. Nsalu yomwe idzavalidwe pa mwambowu ndi ya chaka cha Jubilee ya zaka 125 yomwe ikupezeka m'madayosisi monse m'dziko muno. Kwa zaka 125 mpingo wa Katolika wakhala ukulalika mthenga wabwino, kusula mabanja a Chikhristu, kuphunzitsa achinyamata, kusamalira odwala, kuteteza ulemerero wa munthu aliyense ndi kudzetsa chiyembekezo kwa magulu osiyanasiyana kuno ku Malawi. Jubilee imeneyi ikutipempha kuti tizamitse udindo wathu ngati atumiki ake a Yesu Khristu amene adakhazikika mwa Khristu ndi kuvomera kutumikira Ambuye. Akatolika onse ndi anthu ena akufuna kwabwino akupemphedwa kuti athandizepo pa chikondwerero chimenechi kudzera m'mapemphero, mphatso zosiyanasiyana, kuphatikizapo ndalama pofuna kuti tonsefe tidzaonetse chimwemwe chathu pa Jubilee yosayiwalikayi mu mbiri ya moyo wa mpingo kuno ku Malawi. Ndipo mutha kutumiza thandizo lanu la ndalama ku mabanki awa: National Bank of Malawi, dzina la akaunti MCCB Pastoral Anniversary, account number 1014347891, kapena ku Centenary Bank, dzina la account MCCB Pastoral, account number 9253791305045. Tiyeni tidzasonkhane limodzi mchikhulupiriro ndi mothokoza, titazika mizu ndi kukhazikika mwa Khristu ndi kuvomera kutumikira Ambuye. Kuti mudziwe zambiri mutha kufunsa bambo mfumu wanu kapena mlembi wamkulu woyang'anira ntchito zofalitsa mthenga wabwino m'dayosisi yanu. Zaka 125 za ntchito yofalitsa mthenga wa Mulungu ku Malawi.